Hey guys, it's Chris. How you doing? I hope you're all well. Um, yeah, as I said the other day, it's been a bit of a busy week. Well, it's been busy. It's been a busy couple of months. But yeah, this week has been particularly busy. We've just had a lovely weekend with the girls and Hammy, and unfortunately, Teresa's been working late this weekend. But we managed to have a nice time yesterday at Matty's brother's 30th birthday party. Like I said, really good evening. Really enjoyed it, and the kids loved it. So yeah, kids are now at home. Hammy's in bed, and as promised, I wanted to try and get a video out tonight as an opportunity to kind of, I guess, kind of compile everything that's kind of happened up to this stage. So yeah, grab yourself a cup of tea, um, and this will probably be a bit of a long one, not too long, but yeah, going to take you through basically the whole. Not going to go into huge detail, but from the initial kind of appointment, like kind of right up to where we are today, and yeah, kind of give you the picture of how all of this came to be. So, like I said, sometime in July, probably early July, I noticed this irregularity with my right tonsil that just looked really weird. I didn't have any. About a month before I thought I was coming down with tonsillitis, but it was like a 24-hour thing, and the next day it was fine, so I didn't think anything of it. And I've been prone to tonsillitis, ever since I was a kid. In more recent time, at times it's not been too bad, but when I was a kid, I had it all the time. I actually don't understand why they didn't take them out, but yeah, I used to get it really bad, very bad infections in my tonsils, and was on antibiotics all the time. And those of you that have suffered with it, especially as a kid as well, you'll know it can be really painful, especially when it's bacterial and it's got a hold, and then you have to wait for the antibiotics to kick in. It can be one of the very painful thing for a kid to go through. So that was a bit shit. Like I say, I used to have it all the time. But anyway, thought nothing of it. And then, like I said, noticed this kind of enlargement and this weird colour of my tonsil. So decided to book an appointment with the doctors, and that was on the 1st of. I've got a big list here, guys. Of I've had to go through all the letters and stuff, and just make a note of all the dates and stuff. But yeah, the 1st of August, I went to my local doctor's surgery, and yeah, basically they had a look at the throat and said, yeah, that's weird. However, we don't know what your kind of normal looks like because of all the history with the tonsil. It could be some scarring or something like that. But I did notice that the doctor fired up on the computer screen, head and neck cancer screening kind of form, which obviously was alarming. Yeah, basically then on the 15th of August, was my first appointment with the ear, nose and throat clinic at the Balfour United Hospital. And that's when we went to see like an initial ENT consultant. I've got a letter on my phone. I just wanted to read you some bits and pieces. So here's the letter that I received after this first appointment with the consultant. So it says, "Hi, it was lovely to see you on the 2-week wait basis today." Obviously, they try and hit a target, right, with seeing people with suspected cancers. So you tell me you've had a lot of tonsillitis as a child and teenager, but not for the last 5 or 10 years. In June, you had a sore throat. And then you notice that the tonsil looks very different. It is larger, and there is this odd fissure across the tonsil. You have no visible neck nodes, and you generally feel well. You're not on any medication. You work in IT. You have no risk factors. For head and neck cancer. Examining you today, I agree the tonsil looks much bigger. It has this odd fissure across it. If you don't know, and you don't know how long it has been there, it could have been an abscess at some stage that left a fistula. Nanendoscopy shows that this enlargement goes all the way towards your hypopharynx. So hypopharynx is like the top of your throat, and the nanendoscopy was basically a camera that she put down my nose and into my throat. It's difficult to be certain what this is, as it is pain-free. It is very unlikely that it would be a sinister process. However, we have agreed to do an urgent MRI of this, and if this points towards any abnormality, we may have to bring you in for general anaesthetic, remove the tonsil, and send it to the pathology lab. Hopefully the scan will happen in the next few weeks, and I'll be in touch. So, my dad came with me on that appointment, and we kind of, she said to me, I've been doing this for 37 years. It certainly doesn't present like like throat cancer or tonsil cancer. So she gave us, a kind of a high degree of confidence that, it wasn't really anything, sinister, anything to worry about. So we kind of came away from there, wiping our brows and thank God for that. And, genuinely thought that, okay, they might take the tonsil out, but that would be the end of it. So fast forward the 26th of August, I went in for the MRI scan. So that was an experience, going into that machine, having to lay completely still and not swallow for the whole time I was in there. It was like 10 minutes or so, I think. But that seems like an hour when you're really trying not to move and certainly not to swallow. I was injected with contrast dye as well, so that goes around your bloodstream and enables them to see, in greater detail on the MRI scan. So, did that, came home, and then you're just waiting, right? You're just waiting for the next appointment to come along. So the 5th of September, I was invited back to the ENT clinic, and I saw a consultant there, Stuart, and basically he sat me down and said, look, your MRI does show enlargement of that tonsil. It's enlarged, it's up into your soft palate as well, and they can see enlarged nodes in the neck. So he said, so we have to tell you now that there is a possibility of a squamous cell cancer. So as you can imagine, right, a huge shock. And he basically said, we need to send you for a CT scan now, scan your chest, and also book a panendoscopy. So panendoscopy, basically they put you under general anaesthetic. So I was put to sleep, and then they put like a tube down your throat, and then they have a good kind of look around all in your airways and all of your throat and the back of your nose and everything, and then they take they'll take biopsies and stuff. So that was booked for the 11th of September. I went in and had the panendoscopy. They put me under, came round obviously in the recovery room, wasn't in any pain, really, a bit sore, and then went in within 20 minutes. Catherine, my consultant, came up to see me. She'd done the procedure, and she said, look, we've had a good look around. Obviously we need to wait for the biopsy for the results, but she said, I think it is cancer. And she basically said, look, we need to see what the CT scan says, but our intention is to cure you, is what she said. So obviously, very, very shocked. At the same time, very, given kind of a glimmer of hope and feeling a little bit relieved, I guess, that she said that, the intention there is to cure it. Obviously gives you confidence that they think it's at a stage where they can. But yeah, like she said, we've got to wait for the CT and we also need to wait for the official results of the biopsy. So 17th of September, I go back into the ENT consultants and see them and sit down with Catherine and one of the other nurses there, and basically, yeah, that's when the tonsil cancer is officially diagnosed. And then they're worried about. So basically, she said, look, you know, the biopsy has confirmed a P16 positive cancer of the tonsil. P16 means that the cause of it is the HPV virus. So like women get, it's kind of a silent virus. And in women, it can, attack the cervix and causes cervical cancer. And yeah, it was news to me that men can also get this, and in men it presents in the tonsil and causes cancer of the tonsil. So the good news about that is that the HPV derived tonsil cancers are respond very well to the treatment. So the nurses, the consultant said that it's a chemo and radio sensitive type of cancer. So so it's you know, if you're gonna get it, you want the HPV variant, not a non-HPV variant, right? The prognosis is much better. So obviously, big shock. Okay, and then she says, we need to talk about the results of the CT scan. What I'll do at this point, my sister Caroline, my dad were with me. Caroline had the voice recorder on her phone. I might chop this up a bit, but I'll play you audio of that session where they are talking through the results of the CT.
So what I want to do today is to go through all your results.
Yeah.
And make a plan for the next steps.
Yeah.
Okay. The biopsies that I took from your tonsil have confirmed that there was evidence there.
Yeah.
It is a P16 positive cancer. You've done your research on that one, I think. So it's virally driven. The reason that that's relevant is that we know that this sort of cancer responds well.
HPV.
Yes.
That's good. Yeah, I mean that's good. Yeah, good news.
Yes. Now we can now go through all the results of your scans. The MRI scan that you've had, which is particularly looking at your neck, suggests that the cancer is involved in the lymph nodes in your neck, on the left and the right hand side.
Yeah.
The CT scan, so there are two things about the CT scan. The first thing, there is no sign of any cancer in your chest.
Right.
That's good. It has raised the possibility of another lymph node being involved underneath your armpit on the right hand side.
Okay.
You've got a slightly enlarged lymph node there. It's not very big, it's 15 millimetres and normal is 10 millimetres.
Right.
So it is bigger, and we need to find out if there's any evidence of cancer cells in there.
Okay.
So what we need to organise for you is a needle biopsy of that lymph node.
Yeah.
And we'll do that under ultrasound guidance. Can I just feel it?
Yeah.
It's so small. It's so small that I don't think I will.
You haven't noticed anything?
No.
If you rest your hand, that's it.
Yeah.
It. Rest your arm down. I'm going to press in quite hard.
So clearly, you can hear me kind of go, shit. I know exactly what that means. You know, if there's another enlarged node, then that could indicate that either this tonsil cancer has spread, way beyond the site of the cancer, or as the nurse said, it could indicate that there is actually a secondary cancer. So that's when our universe kind of fell apart when we heard that, because that completely changes the landscape, and the you know has a huge impact on the likelihood of them curing the cancer, if they could at all. So I kind of took it like, if this turns out to be true, then there's I'm probably not going to survive the cancer. So so that that period was a tough one. So I went for the I went for the ultrasound. So they basically said they were going to do a needle biopsy of the node under ultrasound guidance. So I went in. My very good friend Lee Hyder picked me up. He got up. He lives in Bristol. Drove all the way from Bristol. Arrived at my house at 6:30 in the morning. Bless him, and went with me. And I went in. They did the ultrasound, and I was fucking hell. Whew. I was bricking it, and oh man, oh yeah, I was shitting my pants, and she was scanning 5 or 10 minutes, taking lots of pictures and going over and looking at the computer and stuff, and then she comes back to me and she says, "Chris, I can't see anything. It looks okay." And I was like, I just couldn't take in, because I was so convinced that it was going to be shit news. I'd catastrophized it so much that I was like, that's good, right? She's like, "Chris, that's amazing." Like, I said, "So there's no concern of a secondary cancer?" It's like, and she said, "Yeah." So I lost it at that point. And and was equally relieved that she didn't need to stick a needle under my arm into the and do the biopsy. So I was just about to leave there, and then this consultant kind of runs in, bit of a sweat on, and he'd ran down to try and catch me before I left. And he said, "The consultants have just had a 2-hour meeting discussing you, and they want to do a neck biopsy of my right node in my neck." So he says, "Look, we can do it now." So, like, for fuck's sake. So I get back on the bed, and lay down, and it was actually fine. It didn't. There was not really any pain at all. Thankfully, the anaesthetic went in, and they poked around for 5 minutes, got the biopsy, and then I kind of got up and left. So obviously, you can imagine, come out of there kind of on cloud 9, really. That, thank God it's just the tonsil cancer that we need to to worry about. Obviously, we've still got to wait for the biopsy of this to confirm it, but she was confident. She said, there's not really no enlargement in here, and then obviously they took the biopsy of this one, and we need to wait and see what's going on there. But yeah, I was very relieved. I remember going out and phoning Teresa and phoning my dad. Hearing the fucking terror in my dad's voice before I told him that it looked clear, and so relieved. And sorry guys. And then basically they fast tracked the biopsy of results of this of the neck biopsy. I went in on the 24th of September, and and they confirmed that that basically the CT scan that I had, the ultrasound was clear, and that the right node biopsy was also clear, but they don't, because of the size of the node, they don't trust they don't trust the diagnosis. So basically they said, look, we need to get ahead of we need to get ahead of the cancer. It is in the left node, it will go to the right node if it's not there already. So basically, crack on with the treatment plan, and that's when we had the full consultation as to what the treatment would look like. We spent an hour with Pippa, my oncologist, and basically they said, you need to have a dental appointment now. They need to do a dental kind of screen and have a look. That resulted in me having 4 teeth out, as you guys know, and the dentures and stuff, and all that's gone okay. On the 7th of October, I went in for another CT scan and to have my head mask made. I'll run a few pictures and stuff now. Wonderful team of nurses there that took care of me on the day. Made me feel very relaxed. Got the mask done. That was quite it's like 73 degrees, this this fabric that they put on your face and then stretch it over, and it creates a perfect mold of your head and your face and your kind of upper shoulders and stuff like that. And as you can see from the pictures, you are literally bolted down to that kind of flat surface, and that will be the case every time I go for radiotherapy session. It's so that you can see the laser lines on there as well. Basically, they're creating all of the positions for the radiotherapy, so that the radiotherapy is performed by this robot basically, and the robot uses various positions and the mask itself to know exactly where it needs to fire the radiation in. So that's all done. I then had a call on Thursday this week to say you need to come in for a PET CT scan on the Friday morning. I went into Bath again and had a PET CT scan. So what that involves is they basically put a cannula in, and then they inject you with radioactive sugar, and this radioactive sugar then goes around your body. It takes about an hour for it. I had to lay on a bed for an hour, wait for it to go all around my body before they took me in for the CT. But basically, it gives them another level of visibility of the anatomy of everything that they need to look at. So I had another contrast dye injection after that as well, and another scan. Hopefully now they've got they've kind of got everything that they need. So next step, tomorrow morning I've got bloods that I need to go to the doctors and get blood tests done, and then on Thursday morning, I'm in the RUH again to have feed-in tube fitted into my stomach. So basically they're going to put a tube down my nose, all the way down my throat, into my stomach, so that they know where to basically where to then puncture and put a feeding tube into my tummy. Once they've done that, they'll pull this tube out. So that's an overnight stay, obviously just to make sure that that everything's gone okay with that. It gets basically sewn on to your tummy as well. So I'm not particularly looking forward to that, but just another step of the journey that we need to go through. And then basically that's it. So what's that? 1st of August, initial doctor's appointment, and 16th of October will be the last kind of procedure before the treatment starts. And the treatment starts next a week Monday on the 20th of October. So I'm in the morning at 8:45 for my first chemo session, which is IV. So put on a drip and then sit there for 7 hours basically. And then in the afternoon at 3:45 is my first radiotherapy session, and then every day radiotherapy, Monday to Friday, for 6 weeks. Chemotherapy about 4 weeks in. The secondary session, they say, is stronger than the first one. So we'll see how the first one goes and how it makes me feel. If I feel crap, which I probably, I'm expecting to, then we can expect the second session to be a bit tougher. So so what a journey. What can I say? You always think it's going to be somebody else that gets it. It's humbling walking around the hospital. You see things differently. You certainly have a lot more empathy, sympathy for everybody that you see in the hospital, because it makes you realise that every single one of those is going through a journey and has a family and friends that are going through that journey, and the pain and the worry and the stress and everything that goes with it. I'm just one of those unlucky ones, like many people are. If you have any suspicions of anything going on in your body, anything you're not sure about, go and get it checked. Right, that's what the NHS are there for, and they've been absolutely unbelievable up to now with me with this whole process. I don't think I'm going to be able to film very much in the hospital. They seem quite they don't seem particularly happy with that, but what we can do is take pictures. So I think really I might be able to take some footage on the 16th. I think if I'm in like a my own sort of cubicle, if you like, where they put the curtains round, I'm sure I'll be able to whip the camera out and show you what's going on there. But I don't think I'll be able to film much in terms of the chemo and the radiotherapy. I don't know, we'll see. But nonetheless, like I say, I'm just going to continue documenting all of this as much as I can, all the way through, really, all the way through to the end of treatment, and hopefully, like I say, coming out the other end of it, probably early mid January, where I'm starting to get over the effects of the radiotherapy. So sorry, that was a bit of an emotional one. This is kind of why I'm doing it, to be honest. It's good to talk, it's good to cry. I'm not one of those that is embarrassed about showing my emotions, as anybody who knows me knows very well. Thank you very much, each and every one of you that continues to message me and show your support, and it means the world, and it really does. It is, like I say, it's a big boost for me and the family to see and feel like we've got so many people behind us, so many offers of help, from so many people as well. It's been amazing. So I love you all. I will keep you posted. I'll probably next weekend, by the time I get to create another video following the feeding tube, and then like I say, after that we head full on into battle on Monday the 20th. Anyway, enough rambling. I'll see you soon.